Game Informer went bankrupt a couple of weeks back, and I made a video celebrating about it, but I kind of would like to come back and make another statement about this because I don't think I really made it clear why I hate Game Informer the way I do. Like, to me, the video came off as if I was just celebrating another Game Journal L, that like they lost another major outlet, that this is just not th that it was just another decline in video game journalism, onset by Gamergate, right? This was one of the premier video game journalism outlets for a long time, right? So seeing that go downhill was a good thing in and of itself. But it's actually a lot more than that, actually, because I kind of forgot about this myself at the time, because I was too busy thinking about like the bigger picture and like how corrupt game journalism is in general. Like, I, growing up, Game Informer was obviously extremely biased against Nintendo. You would see them make all these crazy statements. You would look at like the history of their scores in their like little magazine, that thing in the back. You would look at all the Nintendo games back there, and you would just be appalled at all the scores they would give to legitimately good games. Mario Party would consistently get low scores. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team got like a 3 out of 10. That's one of my favorite games ever. Like, pretty consistently, what you would see is that everything other than Zelda would get extraordinarily low scores, right? Like less than like 7 out of 10s, right? Which is of course means like the game is unplayable, right? Other than Zelda games, which for some reason got like really high scores. Tears of the Kingdom even actually won their game of the year for 2023. Like, other than Zelda, Game Informer was and always has been extremely biased towards Nintendo, to the point where I grew to really resent them for it because I was tired of seeing legitimately good games, stuff like The Wonderful 101 or Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze or what have you. Uh, I was tired of seeing these games be disrespected by the magazine. I remember, like, I straight up ended my subscription because of that, because I realized it was becoming a problem. That the games I was looking forward to, the games that I was excited for, were not being covered or discussed in Game Informer. And I was far from the only one. I always tell this story, and I really wish I still had uh the volume of Game Informer, right? I still wish I had the copy because this really does demonstrate just how deep the bias ran in that company. Uh, a 10-year-old girl wrote in one day, one month, and asked why they didn't cover more Nintendo games. And these people, quote unquote, uh, told her that they weren't 10-year-old girls and that they had way more sophisticated taste in games, and Nintendo didn't have any games to cover anyway. A 10-year-old girl called you out on your nonsense, and your first instinct is to attack her for it. And not only that, not only did you do that, you went ahead and published an article about Anita Sarkeesian defending her during Gamergate a couple of months after that, right? So you're gonna talk about like women being disrespected in video game culture while you're attacking 10-year-old girls for their preferences in games, right? The double standard is phenomenal. Like, this is something I always like. I always hate seeing in like the anti woke community in general. Like, people don't acknowledge enough how this culture is toxic to women and girls, right? Like, again, everybody wants to talk about like how it ruins men's like hobbies and stuff like that, but again, for women who genuinely like this stuff, who genuinely have their own things that they enjoy and like, uh this is undermining that too, right? These people have no respect for you. They don't care. They are going to push their agenda forward no matter what. And that was a really good example as to why Game Informer was trash.